What is going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to the next episode of the Three Peaks Fitness Podcast. I'm Coach Mark.
I'm Coach Lynette.
Today we're going to talk about grip strength.
Yeah.
This is a really important aspect of fitness that isn't talked about a lot.
No.
A lot of times we think about fitness as being getting abs, six-pack abs, or lifting a lot of weight, or losing a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But very rarely do we talk about grip strength.
No one thinks about their hands when they're working out.
Yeah, and it's actually stay tuned because doing the research surprised us even with some of the correlations that are out there.
Yes, you're going to be very surprised about what you learned today.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, grip strength, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? It's how strong your grip is, right? Can you carry heavy things? Mm-hmm. Why is it important? There are a number of reasons why grip strength is important. And I'm going to go right off the bat.
Okay.
The big one that I found that was super shocking to me.
All right.
So,
drop the bomb on us.
So bad grip strength is associated with a 16% increase in death from any cause.
Like I think I know why.
Yeah. Why is that?
I think I know why. So when you have low grip strength, think about it when you are trying to brace from a fall, and you're trying to grab something. If you don't have a good grip strength, you're not going to be able to rescue yourself from the fall. You're not going to be able to avoid falls as often. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to, and then falls, we all know, are connected with death.
Yeah.
Because
they're
usually the beginning of the end for people. So the beginning of that, of course, we want to increase our balance. But inevitably, everyone has a fall. Even if they have wonderful balance, inevitably, you're going to have to brace yourself from a fall. And so grip is an important part of being able to manage that.
Yeah, for sure. And to kind of break down that statistics further, 17 is associated with a 17% increase in death from heart disease, 9% increase risk of stroke, and 7% risk of having a heart attack.
All right.
All correlated to bad grip strength. Now, obviously, having a weak grip doesn't make your heart weak per se.
Right.
It's a correlation. If you are not active and working on your fitness in some capacity, you're probably going to be unhealthier and these things will happen. But it's very telling.
Yeah.
And I want to get into the mental side of things now, too.
Okay.
So this is legit, guys. This is WebMD, okay? It's legit.
WebMD.
They had a study on there talking about people who have good grip strength scored better on tests of working memory, processing speed, and verbal ability.
Yeah.
They are less likely to have thinking problems as they age. Again.
That is super interesting.
Yep. Again. And the same can be said for exercise, right? Exercising is going to help you mentally as well. But this was talking particularly about grip strength.
Yeah. And when they measure grip strength, it has a lot to do with, they use the test for grip strength to test your general muscle quality for your whole body. So the grip strength is just a good indication of what's happening everywhere else in your body.
Yeah.
So, it's sort of like, I was trying to figure out an analogy, and I feel like when you're able to grip things well and securely, it's sort of like the ignition to a car. You're able to, it's like turns on that nervous system. So you're able to, turn over the car, you hear the roar of the engine, get everything going.
Yeah.
So it's like if you got a good grip strength, you're able to do a lot of things really well.
Yeah.
You're able to pick things up, be active, and do what you want.
Yeah.
So it's like a gateway to everything.
That reminds me, there's a quote by Louis Simmons, who Louis Simmons is, Westside Barbell guy. He's a big strength guy. Anyway,
okay.
He's like a really well-known strength coach.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of his favorite sayings is, strength is never a weakness. Strength is never a weakness.
Oh, that's true. Oh, okay.
Strength, it's never grip strength. The stronger you are, the better you're going to be at life, the better you're going to be able to pick things up and mulch those trees and do without having to worry about it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you are weak, and in particular, grip strength, I think, is very important day to day.
Yes,
right?
it is.
When you're at home working on your house, doing projects, whatever. It's important in the gym as well. But grip strength is arguably the most important, or would be up there with one of the most important elements of strength, just living life.
Yeah.
Because you need it every day. If you have weak grip strength, life is going to be more difficult.
You're not going to be able to open your jar of pickles.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. You know. You can't hardly cook.
Yeah.
If you don't have, to pick up a pot of water, unscrew the jars.
Yeah.
Swing a hammer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Carry awkward objects around. Pick things up. And that you want to feel, if you want to feel empowered, having strong grip can help you get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Cool. So, so we've covered all of the why it's important. So
we still got it. Well,
hold on. Okay, sorry.
People with lower grip strength, weaker grip strength, are more likely to have fragility fractures.
Oh, I believe that. Yes.
So like fracturing their hip and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's, I guess, in a nutshell, grip strength is a good indicator, like you said, of overall strength.
Yeah.
Right. So it's something worth paying attention to.
Yeah. If you have a weak grip strength, you're going to be more likely to have, light bone density.
Yeah.
And low muscle quality and low function, low mobility. It's a really good indication of what else is happening or not happening in your body.
Well, because let's think about it, right? The body is one chain. All the muscles in your body are a connected chain, right? The kinetic chain. If I'm going to pick something up, that's the starting point of the chain.
Yeah.
And so if my grip is weak, if my hands are weak, and my forearm is weak, there's going to be energy leaks from the get-go. And those other muscles further down the chain are going to have to overcompensate, and that's where a lot of injuries happen.
That's where the injuries happen. So I was looking at NIH, and they've been looking into grip strength. And they, in turn, looked at the country of Korea, did this mass survey of their citizens, and people with low grip strength almost always had low back pain. So this is my theory on that. I think when you're trying to do things or pick things up throughout the day and your grip just really is not quite there, like you said, up the chain, right? Your shoulder's going to compensate, and then your back everything else is going to kick in. All those other muscle fibers and nerves are going to try and kick in and compensate for that lack of ability to pick up whatever it is that you're trying to pick up. It's going to kick right in. It's instant.
Yeah.
Yeah. The nervous system works very quickly, gauging, there's not enough strength here. We'll try and get the strength from somewhere else in the body. And so it'll try to compensate, and you get that low back pain.
Yeah, it'll get it from somewhere it's not supposed to. And
Dr. Stuart McGill, who is a world-renowned spinal specialist, says grip strength is very important for back health. So so it's not just one little study I found somewhere. It's just, you're finding this in more and more places. This is a recent thing that they're discovering the importance of grip strength. And why is it such a problem now?
Because we are not using it on a day-to-day basis.
We are not. We're not using our grip strength.
Most jobs are you're just at a computer all day.
Yeah.
And that doesn't increase your grip strength. That's terrible for you.
Yeah.
Right? Sitting is the new smoking.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there typing away. Whereas back in the day, when jobs were of a more manual nature, you were just using your grip, just living life.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe even further back in the day, if you grew up on a farm, or today, if you grew up on a farm, you're constantly doing things, moving, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or if you're, even today, if you're a tradesman and let's say you're a plumber, you're using your hands, you're using grip strength, you're using you're using that grip strength. But a majority of jobs now are just desk jobs.
Right.
And so you're not using grip strength.
We don't realize the damage that's happening when you lose that grip strength. That's just leading to just a domino effect. In the shoulder and in the back.
So one could even argue that the increase in lower back issues that we're seeing is not only from sitting all day, but also from the lack of grip strength. It's one big
it's
hodgepodge of
multiple problems.
Muscle weakness.
Yeah, multiple problems. Inactivity, bad posture, and lack of strength.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So, so basically, I'm going to get a little nerdy on you here, but what is it about grip strength that helps with shoulder health and back health? So the first thing is it's neurological. I know we think about muscles a lot, but nerves are really important. So when you're able to grab something with strength and confidence, your body does a thing called anticipatory stability. So I pick up a ball or a hammer, and the nerves in my hand talk to my shoulder and say, "Get ready." Right? We're gonna pick up something heavy here, get ready. And so all the muscles, I even did a little test of myself. Like if I grip this, I could feel the muscles in the back of my shoulder like getting ready. And so your nerves are prepared, and they activate more muscle fibers to prepare to lift or do something that's quick. Requires a lot of muscle tissue. And so that's going to increase your shoulder health and avoid injury. We have a lot of people with shoulder impingements because the front of the shoulder does way too much work throughout the day, and the back of the shoulder never gets to do anything. So when we learn to grip properly and strongly, that's going to activate the back of the shoulder, the rotator cuff muscles. And so that's a lot of people have rotator cuff issues. So grip is related to that. So
that's interesting. You know what you just reminded me of?
What?
It just made me think about. Have you ever heard the term dad strength?
No, that's new to me.
He's got dad strength. Dad strength is a term that, I don't know, maybe it's like a millennial saying, I don't know. But like, you know how like dads are like, you could look at a dad and it doesn't look like super strong, but he's just like super strong just from years of like doing things. I wonder, I have no idea, but I wonder if that's part of it is just, like dads are typically the ones that will, typically do a lot of the outdoor work or, a lot of stuff around the house. Not always, don't cancel me, but like, typically, traditionally, like that's what happens. So I wonder if that's part of where dad's strength comes from.
That's true. That internal strength that doesn't look like it on the outside. My son-in-law met someone, this very elderly woman that had grown up on a dairy farm. Milking cows.
I bet
And she looked like a little bit of nothing. But she about broke his hand when she shook his hand. He's like, oh my gosh, that's the strongest handshake I've ever had. Like I thought she was going to squeeze my hand off. So she had, I don't know what to call it, some kind of mom strength.
Farmer strength.
Yeah. Incredible grip strength. A healthy lady. So there's an anticipatory stability. It's going to really help your shoulder stability, improve that shoulder health. It also increases the neural drive, which is kind of similar, but it increases the neural drive throughout your whole system. And so that even with your muscle not changing size at all, you're increasing the number of nerves that are activated, and you're able to create more power with the same size muscle. So that's an instant thing. So, and then the last thing is it's going to balance shoulder strength. As you increase that grip quality, you're going to balance the shoulder strength and the back of the shoulder. And it's called when you get muscles work together in your body, we think about like a bicep doing this job, and we don't realize there's never just one muscle working when we do an exercise. There's always opposing muscles. It's like this constant tug of war within the body. So when you're doing a bicep curl, that tricep is lengthening. And then when you lengthen the bicep, the triceps are shortening. Same thing in the shoulder. When you're trying to grab something, if you're not activating the back of the muscles, those rotator cuff muscles, then the front is going to overcompensate, and it's going to shorten and shorten and shorten. You're going to get impingements. So to properly grip, if you get that proper and strong grip, then you'll be able to use the upper back muscles and the back of the shoulders more properly. So when we're gripping weakly, that front of the shoulder and that lower back love to just kick in. It's almost the first line of defense when there's like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So if you're worried about your shoulder health, start working on your grip strength.
Yeah.
That's really going to help.
Yeah.
So it's called a force couple when you have two muscles that are opposing each other. So you want the force couples to work. Get both couples, both sets of muscles working equally.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we train our grip strength now that we know how important it is?
Yeah, well, hey, the body's use it or lose it.
Yes.
So the way to train grip strength is to do things that work your grip. So
Yeah,
we're a fan of a few things here at Progressive Athletics.
Yeah.
Number one being hanging.
yeah,
Hanging is really good for not only your grip strength, but your shoulder health. So
Amazing.
tons of benefits, but
yeah,
hanging in particular is going to
Yeah.
increase your grip strength dramatically. Just find a bar, find a ledge,
yep,
find whatever you can hang from, and just
yeah.
throw those hands up there and
Mm-hmm.
hang out for a bit. Hanging is huge.
Even if some people start out not even being able to hold for a whole second their hang. So if you're one of those people that has a really weak grip strength and you can't sustain a hang for a meaningful amount of time, then go ahead and put your feet on a stool or something and give yourself a little assist at first until you can get yourself a few seconds in, and then see if you can do a full body weight for a second or two.
Yeah.
But it does get better. Like make
Yeah.
little goals and hang every day.
Yeah. And it actually happens pretty fast.
Yeah.
Faster than you might think. Because your body will make those neural connections. It doesn't need to wait for muscle to build. You'll start making
Yeah.
those neural connections, which, as you said previously, is
Yeah.
going to contribute to you being stronger without more muscle being added.
Yeah, definitely. And then so the hanging was important. There was
Yeah.
another thing to think about is you want to grip things that are different sizes. You don't want to be always, some people, they go into the gym, well, I work with a barbell and that requires a lot of grip. True, that's a good start, but the barbell is always just,
Yeah.
a certain size. See if you can find a bar that's thicker. Like we have a fat bar here in the gym, and sometimes we have the clients hang from a fat bar, which requires your hand to be bigger around, and that's harder on your
Yeah.
grip. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing you can do in the gym is when you're grabbing plates.
Yes.
Just grab them
Pinch.
with one hand.
Pinch
Yeah,
the plates.
pinch
Don't
the
hold
plates.
them from the center ring in the
Yeah.
middle. No, always pinch the plates.
Yep.
That way you'll be working your grip during your regular workout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
pinching plates is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, another one is bottoms up, which I call. So if you work with kettlebells, get that bottom of that kettlebell to go right on top and then go up there. And that's going to require a lot of shoulder work and core work, or any object that you're picking up. We use sandbells here, which is basically a round sandbag. Hold that up. And what we love about the sandbells is it's irregular. The weight shifts around in there, and it works the grip so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny when we first introduced them, how many members were like, it's hard to grip.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, they're like, this isn't going to work. We can't use this equipment.
Yeah.
It's hard to grip. I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sandbells are great.
Yeah.
And then, so one of the things you can do too, if you're not a big gym person, like if you don't go to the gym or maybe you're not comfortable or whatever, if you're not comfortable going to the gym, listen to our last podcast. But anyway, try to avoid convenient machinery.
Yeah.
Try to avoid modern conveniences. Like if you use a riding mower, use a push mower instead.
Yeah.
Things like that. Like if you normally use power tools, try to just go old school, as much as you can. I know it's annoying, but those small things add up over time, and they're really going to increase your grip strength.
Yeah. If you're hauling in the groceries, see how much weight you can do.
One trip.
The one trip wonder.
Yep. It's got to be one trip. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And just when you're outside, like working on your yard or whatever, just try to don't be afraid to pick things up.
Yeah.
Pick up awkward things.
Yeah.
Try to avoid the wheelbarrow as much as possible, unless it's
unless it's
really
something
need
heavy,
it.
and then the wheelbarrow's great.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
but
find opportunities to grip
Yeah.
things and carry things.
Yeah, look at it as a game.
Yeah,
it's like a game. How can I challenge myself?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, so I think that's all I've got.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's all I have as well. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. We will talk to you next time.
All right, bye-bye.